This episode is brought to you by Cube Gallery, a progressive art space in Cebu, Philippines, providing network and exhibit opportunities for contemporary artists with whom they work closely with and promote beyond the local reach. There are 3 events happening simultaneously at Cube this coming Friday, January 17th at 6 p.m. First is the artist reception for Vecindad by Jose Marie Picornel at the second floor conference area of Cube Gallery. Spanish Cebuano Impressionist artist Picornel takes us on a trip down memory lane through his artworks of old houses and street corners found in Cebu. Next, the opening of Ultimatum by Leopoldo Aguilar at the High Space of Cube. Ultimatum is Aguilar's fusion of styles from his early works to his most recent experimentation of motifs. Cube Gallery will also be launching the first iteration of a special program called The Director's Pick. Conceptualized by Cube's artistic director and artist, Riel Hilario, is a special catalog of artworks that is compiled and launched every quarter from 2020 to 2021. Selection of artworks are based on the merit of their makers' prestige and maturity in the Philippine art scene. Prologue, the first catalog and showcase for the Director's Pick, will be on view from January 17th at Cube Gallery, coinciding with the celebrations of Sinulog Festival. To RSVP to any of these events, contact Pia at 0918-807-4175. Let's get to the show! Welcome to 032 Conversations, the podcast where we talk to creatives, see how they live, and how they do their work. I'm your host, Carlo Villarica. Okay, it's January, it's early January, and you know what that means for Cebu. It means Sinulog. And I'll be honest with you, Sinulog used to be a time when I would be planning out parties, or at least planning out where to go for Sinulog. And now I am not doing that. I don't really plan on visiting the festivities. Never mind the parties. Forget the parties. But even just like the parade, maybe when the kids are older and it's not as stressful to bring them out to those things, maybe we'll end up going back there. I mean, we will for sure eventually. But right now, I'm going to take advantage and use that day to relax. Sometimes I use that day to like go around Sinulog on a bicycle. But this Sunday, maybe not. Maybe we'll stay home, play with the kids. I mean, Sinulog is great. It's a cool way to celebrate our culture. And in fact, the wife always makes sure we visit the Santo Niño Church with the kids to be part of it somehow. But for this Sinulog, don't think I'll be joining the parade. Definitely won't be joining any of the parties happening soon. Alleged parties. It seems like it's starting to ramp up. But eventually, once the kids are older. But knowing that Sinulog is coming, and it's here, the whole city is getting ready for it, I thought it would be a good idea to look at the history of Sinulog. But before we get to that interview, let me tell you, because it's the start of 2020, and aside from booking guests for interviews, we're also looking for sponsorship partners for the podcast. So if you work or own a business that would like to partner with us, send me an email at info@032.com. That's 032 in letters. And sponsorship partners that could benefit the 032 Conversations listeners would do best. So again, email info@032.com for sponsorship inquiries. In this episode, I talked to Ceasar Nimor. So this episode came about because last year, in December 2018, I interviewed Emil Cortes. And it was a really fun interview. I'll link to it in the show notes. We talked a lot about the history of Cebu. It was so fun. And then after Steph heard that episode, she was like, why don't you talk to somebody about the history of Sinulog? So I thought it was a really good idea. But at the time when she said it, it was too late. But that idea was always in my head. When she it's been in my head for like a year now. So I reached out to Courts and I asked him who would be a good interview for Sinulog. And he mentioned Mr. Ceasar Nimor. And Ceasar Nimor, he's actually he's a retired professor in UC, but he's a zoologist. So now he's doing consultancy. So he teaches in a couple of universities. He mentions it in the podcast. But he's one of the original dancers of Sinulog. And not only that, he spent a good part of his life researching the Philippine folk dance. So he's familiar with dance as a whole. And I thought it would be it was a really good opportunity to talk to him. It's really fun because all you needed to do was because he's a teacher, so he knows his stuff. So all you needed to do was ask like a little question, and then he was off to the races. He knew. He just would tell story after story after story, which was it was a great conversation. So all I needed to do really as an interviewer is to stand out of his way. And I learned a lot about Sinulog and the history of Cebu, of dance, of folk dance, of the Philippines, really, the history of the Philippines. I learned a lot about that. So I met up with him he was teaching a class in UC, so I went up there. We actually had the interview in an empty classroom. And I didn't think it was an optimal area to do it, but audio was great. It was. And he was basically in his element. So it was good. But before we get to that interview, if this is your first time to listen to 032 Conversations, please subscribe. We have a new episode every Tuesday. Okay, let's get to that interview with Ceasar Nimor.
Well, actually, I am more of an 80% vegetarian.
Ba?
I don't eat much meat except seafoods.
Okay. That's what I've been trying. I saw this documentary that The Game Changers.
Yeah, okay.
Like last week. And I was like, I need to change my...
I had not been eating pork, I think, several decades ago.
Mo
because
ba?
the family, they don't eat pork, actually.
That's good though. Yeah. Diba?
Mm-mm. And then, there's nobody flabby in the family. All of us are slim.
Yeah, there. So you can see, good nga. Mo bitaw, like I was looking at it. I was looking at that documentary, The Game Changers. More I didn't want to go full vegan, full vegetarian. But at the same time, I felt like kuwang kay ko vegetables sa akong diet.
I can't be vegan because if you are vegan, you have to stay away
eggs.
from dairy also, and then you cannot eat eggs. No, actually, I'm just 80% or 70 to 80% because that's what I see in the family. Sila tanan, di mo sila mukha kuan kayo karni. So, my father is now almost 96. Pero suya ko siyang blood pressure. 110/70.
So that, I don't know, is that low? That's low.
That's normal.
That's normal.
Mine is 140/90.
Oh, wow. Yeah, just as like, so your whole family, working on good, like a lot of vegetables.
Actually, before, maiden ang kon pa sa, wa pa married akong mother. Ang ilang negosyo, baboy man. So, meat eater gid siya, kay ilang negosyo, so nakuan man, baboy man. But eventually, when she got married, and then dito na Miss Mindanao, so, wa man kay meat dito. Kay we're actually in the Muslim area man.
Okay. So then wala. So in a way that's probably good. Kay it's becoming clear now that excessive meat is not good for your health.
Yes, and then also ang sugar levels akong mother actually is actually more or less like mine. Normal. Unfortunately, namatay na akong mother last year. She died 95 also. So walay sakit. She just died after taking breakfast and then she fell asleep and iwan na.
Really?
So, ang diagnosis is just the heart just stopped beating. Mora.
Really?
But I think my father is going to live longer. So, I'm waiting for him to reach 100 years.
But that's all 90-something. That's a good life.
Yeah. Ang problema lang kay Moring, balik lang pagkabata.
Ano naman?
Kada dili siya pabiya. Magsipanawag sa helper. So, actually, balik sa pagkabata. I think when we get old, we return back to our usual self. Because my father is the youngest in the family. So, he's actually, what they call is a mahilak. And then,
Mo ba?
hindi siya pabiya.
Pero unsa man, like, is he still able to walk around by
Yes,
himself?
And then,
Mobile kay siya, wag siya
mobile,
problema.
everything. What problema?
Exercise niya, unsa man?
Just walking around. Before, he used to go out, and then, because he's a photographer, actually.
Oh, okay.
Pero ato active na siya sa una, kuan ba siya, member pa na siya sa katong kuan sa una, katong Harley Davidson Boys.
Mo ba?
Na siya motor sa una.
Oh?
Active siya kayo na. They go hunting before, when hunting was still allowed, no? During the 50s, 60s.
That was allowed in the 50s, 60s?
Yeah, 50s, 60s.
What, they would hunt here in Cebu?
Actually, sa Cebu, kuan pa mi? Mindanao pa mi sa una.
Mindanao, yeah, I was gonna say, kaya in Cebu, wala man kayo
Wala
anything.
wala na.
No, but like, wala animals really to hunt ba?
Yeah, because Cebu, of all the provinces, I think got lost most of its indigenous fauna a long time ago.
Ay, nga naman.
Gamay man, small size atong Cebu niya, wala naman tayo forest kayo. Kadaghanas atong forest, secondary. It's not primary anymore.
What does that mean?
Secondary means the trees are not original. They're actually a product of reforestation. As you can see, the species, different species, you already have in the forest ipil-ipil and mahogany, which are not native to Cebu.
Okay. Yeah, so that, in a way, that's like kanang damaging na noon, di ba?
Ano, wala na katikuan, wala tayong mga indigenous animals.
So there used to be like animals, because I know, because I do a lot of like...
Yeah, we had deers before and wild boars. Like for example, what's that, Cebuensis? It's actually the warty pig, Cebu warty pig. It's extinct already in Cebu.
Mo ba? Yeah, because I go out, up to the mountains, and you don't see any unusual animals.
Wala kita mga bigger animals. I think if there's a bigger animal, probably it's musang, or it's called singawong. It's
that?
a civet, type of civet. And the
okay.
milo, that's a palm civet cat. I think these are the only ones.
Oh ba?
But they're still hunted because some people in the province do not like them because they raid poultry, they eat chicken.
They're like pests.
They're considered as pests. But they're actually very important. They're ecologically important. Or probably if the sigbin is existing, that could be a mammal.
Oh ba? I'm so nalingaw ako because I didn't realize you knew so much about this also ba? Because
I'm a zoologist actually, so I'm very
okay.
particular. I'm very particular with environmental conditions. And that relates me to dance. Because when you study folk dance is always influenced by the environment.
Yeah, before we get to that, can you state your name and what you do?
Okay. I'm Professor Ceasar Nimor. I'm a retired professor at the University of Cebu, but right now I'm doing consultancy. Consultancy for 3 schools, University of Cebu Main, and then I also have University of Cebu Lapu-Lapu Mandaue recently for microbiology, and then Matias H. Aznar Memorial College.
When you say consultancy, like you'll teach a few classes,
Yeah,
but not
few classes
full-time.
only, not full-time. I cannot handle full-time because I need to have time for my other research. Because actually my research in dancing got halted, or almost halted, because I have no more time because I was teaching from 7:30 to around 8:30 in the evening.
You wanted to focus more on the...
Yeah, I'm focusing more on finishing my research and compilation and everything. In fact, I was able to publish my first 10 collection of Cebuano dances only after my retirement.
Mo ba? So, before retirement, 0.
Zero. Di ko alam sa natulog lang sila.
After 10, dayan.
And there are still 30 plus dances waiting for the volumes 2, 3, and 4.
So you published it. Where are they? Where can you find the
Actually,
books?
some are not really my researches, but they're the researches of the recent ones, the younger generation researchers. And then, if you make a research only 1 or 2 dances, and then after it's being facilitated or taught, nothing happens afterwards. So what I do is I collect and then I place that in a compilation. Actually, just like much like what Francisca Reyes Aquino did. Francisca Reyes Aquino was the first dance researcher for folk dances in the Philippines. That's why we consider her as the mother of Philippine folk dances. Not all the dances in her books were actually hers, but they belong to her students. And then she collected them, she compiled them in several volumes of Philippine folk dances. So I'm just getting inspiration from, Francisca Reyes Aquino. And later on, my mentor, the late Kuya Ramon Ubusan. Anthropologist na siya. Marine biologist who turned anthropologist. So in my case, zoologist who turned Dance researcher.
Dance researcher. Well, yeah, okay. The reason why I was able to find out about you was, do you know si Courts Cortez?
Yeah, si Amil.
Amil, oh.
Yeah, because I've been working with Casa Gorordo.
Yeah. So, in what capacity have you been working with Casa Gordo?
After cultural consultant, especially for gabi sa Kabilin. Especially with the pre-colonial and then the colonial period dances and folklore.
Making sure nga it's...
it's a little bit almost authentic or almost near authentic. Because, for example, pre-colonial, you cannot really be very authentic because no one here alive today had been here since the 16th century.
No one saw it.
No one saw it. So we have to base it on records.
Yeah, the records are words.
Yeah, words. And also, the existing indigenous movements and folklore in the neighboring Visayan provinces.
Mo ba? So those are still like so if you go to like the...
Like I went to Panay, I went to Negros, I went to Bohol, I went to Mindanao. There are similarities.
So at least you can see good. Okay, mo gid yung text. This is what the text is referring to. And yeah, then you can see what they're dancing based on the text.
And also the folklore and practices and religion. Like for example, very close to Cebuano would be the Panay traditions.
Okay.
And then the Palawan. Especially with regards to Tagbanwa. Because Tagbanwa is a very, very old ethnic group in Palawan. They had been, I think, considered as descendants of the Tabon man.
Okay. Yeah, what's the Tabon man?
Actually, it's a Stone Age group of people.
One of the really early people. So here in the Philippines.
Yeah, it's the Tabon Caves. That's actually Palawan. That's the area facing the West Philippine Sea.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So I talked to Courts, si Amil, and then nalingaw mo gud ko because he like much like you, he knew quite a bit about history, so nag-storya. And then I think I was talking to my wife. I was telling her, lingaw to nga episode, like nag-storya me about history, and then she's like, why don't you do something about Sinulog?
Yes. Okay, Sinulog is actually very controversial. There's let's say there is an argument regarding where it really started.
In what sense? Like the dance?
Like
or
the name and the dance. Well, actually, for dancing, the movement in Sinulog, which is forward, backward, kinampilan, is actually similar to the movements in the other ethnic groups in the Philippines. The closest, for example, the Hanonoo or the Mangyan groups of Mindoro, they have the forward, backward, is the basic, and then they have the
like
Batak.
2 steps forward, 1 step back, diba? That's the thing.
Actually, it is either 2 steps forward, 1 step backward, or it could also be 1 step forward, 2 steps backward. I will explain that later on.
Oh, sige, game.
Actually, it's more of 2 steps forward, 1 step backward. That is if you do it progressive. That means if you're moving forward. But because this Mabolo group, the Turang dance troupe, the one that has the Moro-Moro version or the Comedia version of the dance, because it's what we call theater Sinulog or troupe Sinulog, because they have the Moro and the Cristiano already. So it's more or less the Moro-Moro. So traditionally, in the procession, they precede the karosa. So which means if you precede the karosa, it's not good if your back is towards the Santo Niño. So they have to face the Santo Niño and they have to move backward.
And they're walking backward.
Yeah, they're walking backward. So there goes the 1 step forward.
Because they're like anang kontra kunuhay, ana?
Actually, it's because it's not good. I've observed this also in the other rituals, in the other provinces, that they cannot let their back face the saint or the image. So they have to constantly face the image. Now, since the group is ahead of the karosa, so their face is actually towards the karosa, and their back is moving forward.
Yeah.
So they have to have that 1 step forward, 2 steps backward. That's the original. But now, if we do it progressive, which means moving towards a performance area, then we have to do it 2 steps forward, 1 step backward.
Okay. So going back to like the controversial, you were saying something about Sinulog.
Yeah, actually, the name itself, Sulog, has a lot of interpretations. Of course, the most famous is Sulog or Sog, which is current, water current.
Okay.
That's number 1. That's the most famous.
Yeah.
But remember that Sulog could also be Sulog or Sog or Suluk, which refers to Sulu, the Tausug people. Because the Tausug people and Cebuano people, according to one theory, actually have the same origin. Based on the language. In fact, there are 3 groups of people in the Philippines who share more or less the same language. And in fact, I've experienced this already when I was still working in Southwestern University. Okay, pagkuhag usa ka kamayo, kanang taga Surigao del Sur, Bislig, na itausog, daghang mga tausog sa kuan, sa Southwestern. Pagbutag Cebuano, and then let them converse using their own languages. we can understand each other.
Amo ba?
The closest is the tausog because the tausog is also very fond of contraction.
Tausog, wait, what do you mean by
Sog is
tausog?
sulog, current.
Yeah,
Tausog is people of the current. So it could mean sulog is the current,
Okay.
which could refer to water
tausog.
current
Okay,
or
okay.
sulo. So sinulog could actually mean like the sulo movement or like the tausog. That's the second meaning. The third is there is it's actually a pre-Islamic dress worn by the tausog. It's called sinulog also. So it's a type of dress. Actually, in which the sleeves is actually just elbow length. But of course, when Islam came, they have to lengthen the sleeves because of modesty. So now they have the baju sigpit. That's the tight blouse with the sleeves reaching the wrists. But if you go hiligay nun, sulog could also mean like a rooster. So sinulog is the movement of the rooster. Like the movement
So,
forward,
daghan gid
backward.
kayo.
Daghan siya meaning. Pero of course, ni kuan man ta diri ni stick man ta sa sinulog nga sinog. Which
That's
is the
the
movement of the water current. Because if you move forward and backward, it's like the current.
Yeah.
And of course, in the past, indigenous Cebuanos, we worship the spirits or the diwatas of the water. Especially that in Cebu, sa una pang panahon, ugabya kita. We pray for rain.
Bitaw?
We pray for rain. Pinakaugabya ta nga probinsya diri sa Cebu. Sa una pang panahon, ang problema ginato tubig. Right
Really?
now, nga overpopulated na ta, mas problema ang
Mas
tubig.
problema gyapon.
Mao na yung magsayaw kay kag sinulog gali na mamuwan gyud na.
That's true. Sige, bitaw kuwan basta
Pero ang movement is actually indigenous.
Okay.
Indigenous
Yeah.
gyud na. But the name sinulog never appeared sa original nga mga record. In fact, Figafetta never mentioned it. Pedro Chirino, the missionary who also first recorded mga indigenous Cebuano dances, that was during the early part of colonization, wala gyud na ma-mention ang word nga sinulog
or silog
or sulog.
or sulog.
Ang
Sorry.
kanang ngan nga sinulog ni-appear na lang na mga towards the late 19th century.
In what context?
Nga naanay kuan katong actor that was the time nga na concoct na ng mabulo sinulog sa Torang.
So sila na like naging mo sila
sila.
dance
So
na.
probably diha na nagsugod so we really don't know. And then of course sa mabulo sinulog you have the Kristiyano and the Moro. And then eventually the Moro got converted. So nitubag pod ang sulo. Naghimo sa sila ilang sinulog. More or less 19th century gihapon. Moro
Okay.
Kristiyano gihapon. Pero sa ila napildi ang Kristiyano of course.
Oh, yeah.
Parehar ko na sa coming what you call that movie Elcano and Magellan kanang coming movie.
Yeah.
Nga ang perspective lahi-lahi man good.
Yeah.
Kay Spain man na so to them Elcano and of course Magellan hero nila sila Lapu-Lapu mo villain pero sa ato
to be fair,
bali.
sa poster pa ni. Sa poster pa ni si Lapu-Lapu mo siya kanang villain og
mo bitaw na kada sa Facebook mo comment wa gyud ko mo comment niyo mi ko as a researcher, as a folklore researcher. I don't want to make any comment until the time I see the movie. Because that is a Spanish perspective.
That's
Kung
true.
magana kanang for example kana bitaw na tay mga salidang Hapon diri so obviously ang Hapon mapildi gyud na.
Yeah.
Mudaog gyud ta. But
Yeah,
if there
sila
is
sila ang conqueror.
sila ang conqueror. Pero if there is a Japanese production, sila mo hero, kita mo pildi.
Yeah, it's like that all over the world.
Yeah,
Like,
ana magud na two sides to a coin magud na.
Diba there's a saying, murag the one who tells history is actually the victors. So syempre, the story that comes out is kanang nindot
Bag-o ni arise anagod nga kinakod ko ang sinulog kuno is not indigenous to Cebu but actually it is influenced by the Tausog. So that means Muslim supremacy to indigenous Cebuano. So mo contrary to tradition, we base it to oral tradition. Ang sinulog gasugod gyud sa una pa na. And I really don't care wa na ma-record angan. Kaya sa unang panahon ang mga let's say the friars, were the first chroniclers, even Pigafetta, were not concerned with the titles of dances.
Yeah.
They just record the movements, they describe the movements.
So they describe the movements as
but they never care to ask the name, or probably if they ask the name, they don't get the meaning. Unlike how we do it now. Lahi man sa unang panahon, lahi man karon.
Now ibutang gyud ang
But I will stick to the popular belief that sinulog is really water current.
Okay, so like if I go online and look for like kind of history of Sinulog, it inevitably always starts with the Spaniards.
Yes.
So that's how it. And then I guess more or less every kid in the Philippines can they know the story Magellan coming to Cebu and yeah.
But remember, Magellan was simply just a victim of a feud of two rajas. No, like for example, Sugbo and then Mactan or Opon. Nag-away ba itong duha kakuan? Duha ka raja. So, gipaon las Magellan adto. He was just a victim. Gigamit lang siyang hubambon.
Alagi.
Pagkontrang Lapu-Lapu or Kalipulaka. Muna siya nga, Kalipulaka.
What's Kalipulaka?
That's Lapu-Lapu.
Ah, okay, really?
Unfortunately, ang Lapu-Lapu karon himo lang nga sa isda, which I do not like.
Okay.
Could you imagine the name of a hero the name is used for the name of a fish? Name mo siyang isda. Kay Pugapo tabian na. Amot lang ni mga Tagalog kay maglisod siguro sila o pronounce og Pugapo. So nahimong Lapu-Lapu na. I wonder why na Lapu-Lapu na so na bata pa ko Pugapo man na oy.
Wait, but is that true? So he was just like caught in the middle. So he just so happened to go to Cebu mainland and then talk to the person there and then somehow
gipaon siya dito. And also the Christianization during that time was really a pseudo-Christianization. Because when the Santo Niño was given to Reina Hara Humamay, that's the original name of Queen Juana, na-attract naman siya atong kuan. Na-attract man siya sa idol because it was really richly garbed. Kaya doon na naman tayo mga tao-tao din or bata-bata. Those are the idols that we have. And then she accepted that and placed it among her idols.
So it was really just
number one. Nahimong number one, Diwata ang Santo Niño. And from then on, nahimong siyang Santo Nilio until the arrival of Legazpi. Pinakasikat siya. Nahimong siyang Santo Nilio. You notice the name? It's a corruption of Santo Niño.
Yeah,
Santo Nilio. And he became the God of grace.
Santo Nilio.
Yeah, Santo Nilio. Very important for them. Nga naman, in case walay uwan, kuwaon man to nilang image and then ilatong kuan, liguon og tubig para muulan. Mabitaw na, na-connect na lagi na, probably while they were doing the ritual, they did some dancing. So, muna itong mga sinulog. And then, muuwan. Ay, no wonder, every January, sinulog, muuwan, yun na.
Muuwan, yun.
Oo. Kasi mo, bagyo pa manggali. There was even a time, 1987 ba to, when we still was joining, sinulog really had rain from the start to finish.
Oh, yeah? I might have been there when I was like 3 years old. It's like so diba so that Santo Niño, the one that was given to the princess, that was discovered again by Legazpi.
Yeah, Legazpi, because it was well kept in a caban, no, in one of the houses.
Yeah, I read that. Like it was amongst the other idols.
Nilayas man tong grupo nilang tupas, ningadto man sila sa Banawa. Banawa is the old name of Guadalupe. In fact, the name Banawa includes San Nicolas. Extensive man kay ng areang Banawa sa unang panahon. Okay, we did some interviews with some of the people in San Nicolas. What was San Nicolas before? No, Banawa di na. So, kuan kayo ni ang Banawa abot na dire. Wa pa Guadalupe is obviously named after the Virgin of Guadalupe. Spanish naman na siya. So Banawa gyud ang ani nga area.
So that's so somehow with the image of the Santo Niño. And then like the natives, that's what they would take the image out, the Santo Niño out, and then the kanang dance for the rain. That's how that whole thing started.
Yes, dancing before was of spiritual nature. Kay bisan karon, no? Moadto kas mga indigenous groups. Dancing is really part of worship. Even when there is a mananambal or balyan or babaylan, musayaw man gyud ang miriko to get possessed. Kay kun dili siya ma-possess, di man siya kahil. Okay, the power does not come from him. It comes from the supernatural.
So how did that get from, you're talking about something that happened, 400 years ago?
Yeah, long time ago.
So how did that, how did that tradition, get to now ba?
Actually, doon na maguti gito og policy of attraction ang mga Spanish missionaries sa una. So discard nila tong idol worship, gi-change nila og mga saints, which is still for me idol worship lang gihapon.
Yeah.
Pero of course, na-change na from the tao-tao or larawan into mga santos. For naagya punta because we have santos for everything that we do. Digda is santos para sa uwan, santos para sa kawat, santos para sa whatever.
Yeah.
No? And then Of course, aron ma-attract ang mga tao or mga natives or mga Indio sa bago nga religion, they have to accept some practices. And that includes the dancing. So that explains why, for example, in Batangas, naagi po ng sublian.
What's that?
That's actually a dance in front of the Holy Cross nga na-bastardize na karon sa ubang dance troupe nga magdadagkastan sa magkiay-kiay ang babae. No? It's the subli, the dance called subli, that they think it's a festival dance, but it's not a festival dance. It's a dance of worship to the poon, the cross sa Batangas. That's still done right now. Or probably, what ka o ka ng sa Obando, di ba ka ng mga it's a fertility dance kanang mga magtiayon nga walay mga anak musayaw sa tulo ka saints. So probably gibuhat na sa una. Kay karon bitaw region 10 where I come from. Naay dugso sa amo. Dugso is actually a type of ritual dance. Wala siya music. The girls actually keep stamping on the ground kay para nila aron mamata kuno ang mga diwata sa yuta to watch over the rice. Okay. And they do it also as Thanksgiving. Way human-human. Actually, I was able to witness in Bukidnon, Dugso. They started in the late afternoon of that day. Niuli lang ko sa hotel, kinatog ko. Pagbalik na ko pagkakadlaw, diha lang gihapon. So, pulihan naman to nila. Those dancers that get tired, pulihan naman to lain.
Yeah, of course.
And then, they do it in front or around an altar. That explains why most dancing are actually done in a circle. And I would notice that sa tanang culture, they dance always counterclockwise. Counterclockwise good ang movement.
Ano man na?
Ang ako interpretation na it's in conformity with nature because the earth rotates counterclockwise if seen from the North Pole. And most planets actually revolve around the sun counterclockwise. So it's always in harmony with nature, never against nature. Kadaghanan sa movements yun is counterclockwise, circular.
That's so interesting. Okay, I just when you said that part nga morag. So when they converted us to Christianity, of course they couldn't get away every.
Yes, kay kun makuan man kana nga maalienated man ang mga tao sa bagong religion na unsa man nga ang among karaan nga mga among tradisyon.
You cannot just throw it away.
Man, mo biton do ta kita og folk Christianity. Dagan sa atong mga practices are actually indigenous. That's why when I had my lecture last week no sa mga teachers because we were talking about popular culture. You cannot understand culture we have now if we don't start from the past. So ako'y na-assign sa karaan, pero may ko indigenous, mabuta may ko pre-colonial. Ako yung i-explain. There are a lot of indigenous practices that we are still doing right now. Let's say, for example, kanang eating 3 times a day sa unang panahon, diha naman yun na. In fact, dili lagi ta ka eating 3 times a day mo. Siguro 5 times. No, kaya itos bukid sa una, I got the shock of my life. Pagbuntag, i-offer ko kuan pan o kape, ay tot pamahaw na to. Eventually, pag alas 7, mga una tayo haon sa mga itong ganiha. Kaya palakaon magita, and then kadagyan we eat with rice, magita itag rice, isda, rice and fish gyud ta. Kanang una nga kiso, kanang amin, or kanang kissing the hands of the elders. Kuan man na, those are indigenous because that is also practiced in Indonesia and in Malaysia and in Muslim areas. In fact, somebody told me, abi na ko na sir og Spanish. I could, no, it's not Spanish. The Spanish introduction is already the beso-beso.
Beso-beso.
Kissing, and then the shaking of the hands is already American. And how did we do it before? Of course, we did it with the amin. And for me, even until now, kani ako mga estudyante mo, amin ako.
Mo ba?
Ganahan ko. I feel very blessed and very honored because it seems nga murag taas kay pananaw nila. And that's indigenous. Ani ka na every time mag-birthday ka, magpadugo ka, which is mag-sacrifice. Siguro kit sa unang panahon, wata mo mag-ihaw silang tao. Probably sa una ko, kung pobre ka, manok. No, pobre ka manok. Kaya magdiwata. And then later on, baboy. Pero naabi sa una, to sa mga bagobo, once in a blue moon, mag-offer ka sila human sacrifice.
So somehow, it just makes its way good to...
Yes, oo. Mo na karon maglisod na ka og kuan separate asabay ko ani asabay ka ng orthodox ani nga kuan Christianity mabitan ng kani mga born again karon they're very very much straight to the point nga matangtang na gyud ng mga indigenous pero sa mga Katoliko na daghan kaayo and we have to be open minded no nga kun hilingon lagi sa Biblia wa na diha
yeah
that explains no sa unang panahon I was actually baptized Catholic. And I would notice that I think there are certain practices sa Catholicism nga wala sa Biblia. So I read the Bible. Nibasa ko, wag yun. I cannot find anything. I cannot even find confession.
Oh yeah, okay.
Confessals pare, no? So eventually, ni-shift ko religion. My religion now is Islam.
Oh yeah? Oh, okay.
Pero mo gyapon sa mga Muslim people, naagyapon ng kuan,
Na their own versions
folk
of it.
Islam.
Oo.
Nagyapon folk Islam, daghan oy. Bisag asa ka, ang indigenous culture mo mix gyud sa bag-o nga religion.
Yeah.
In order for example, ang missionaries, dili nila tangtangon tong mga karaan or is kung totally tangtangon nila ang mga tao ato get alienated, di na sila mo accept sa bag-o.
Yeah, that's probably what happened like when they first tried to force Christianity, like kata, di ba, the Crusades ba na
Yes,
siya?
katong Crusades. O tanawa ang nahitabo, wa sila mo, wa nila makanker. Kay ilang kuan, ilang gitotally
gi-force yun.
gitangtang. Pero unfortunately, ang uban na tong mga records got burned by the missionaries kay kuan lagi kuno works the devil. Pero magay ang uban ni persist siya. Like for example, kanang Arnis. Well, of course, kanang Arnis Spanish naman na. So ang karaan gid ni kuan magid Kali. No, Kali magana siya.
What's Kali?
Kali is the old name of Arnis.
Mo ba?
That originated in Cebu and we should be proud of that. Ngano man, kay Arnis now is the national sport.
Yeah.
So is nailisan ang sipa. Kaya katong sipa sa mamuto tong national sport, which is actually a Maranao game, no, which is in common with the sipak takraw of the other ASEAN countries. Kada na nga case. Or even kanang takyan, no, kabantay ko ng takyan, he is played in, of course, sa Myanmar. They call it chenlon, but instead of the one with the feather,
it's like a ball, di ba?
It's a ball, pero it's played like takyan. But I've seen takyan in Vietnam, pero it's played like volleyball.
Yeah.
Okay, mulupad over the net, di ba? Hala, naalagin na diri ang kuhan. So, my God, doon natin mga similarities yun. Or even the way we wear our clothes before, kanang term, ay, ang mga tao sa una magbahag man. Muna ako yung pre-colonial bahag in Cebu and Mindanao is very different from the bahag that you see among the, let's say, the Cordillera group, like the Ifugao, the Kalinga.
What's a bahag?
Bahag, that's the loin cloth that just covers the front and the back.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
the bahag is actually, sa Cordillera, it's just a very long piece of, let's say, rectangular cloth, no? Pero diri sa ato, lahi man ang bahag. Ang concept sa bahag na to dinhi is actually much like the Jonggaben of Thailand. Mura siya og patadyong. And then ang front part, i-twist na i-pass between the legs, na i-insert sa likod. So which means, dili makita yun ang upper part. So ang buttocks, dili ma-expose, and then the upper thigh is not exposed. Because actually, sa tausog, ang bahag actually means if you have a pajama-like pants, na imo siya lulhoon, isaka, na mag-expose na imong legs, ang tawag nila bahag, baya.
Okay.
So dili gid siya pareha sa kuan, di siya pareha dito sa Cordillera nga bahag.
So that explains, like, going back to Sinulog, that explains like how that tradition just sort of made its way to
na
now.
Na siya and eventually sa pag-Christian na nato, nigawa sa ng feminized Sinulog. So what is the feminized Sinulog? Kada bang tindera Sinulog? Kada makita nimo di sa basilika. Nga more ko na lang mag-step ang tiil and then
when they do their blessing
and
with
then
the
rest
candle.
movement sa candle and then the prayers. Mo na gitog the feminized. Kay originally ang Sinulog mas brisk banggod, panglaki ba? Because they consider the Santo Niño as protector, sa kapitan general. Nag-defense sa ato. Mo ba ito nang naana atong belief nga, di kita magkalamitis diri. No? Di kita magkabagyo diri. Kung naangkit mild lang, kinaate protector. Ang Santo Niño. That every time there's a coming storm, murag tabunan ko ning Cebu sa shield ni Santo Niño.
Yeah, that's true. Like, if there's very little big calamities that have hit
that's why
Cebu.
I like Cebu. Kay gikan ko Northern Mindanao, sige may linog dito.
Mo ba? Ayan, naglinog. Yeah, that's true.
Pero actually, ang linog dili kayo ka hindi kitanto.
So, but when the actual Sinulog parade as we know it started, was that 1980?
1981. Ang first good nga kuan. Sinulog ang ruta adto sa una mag-start mi sa Capitol nya mo end mi sa Fort San Pedro.
Were you involved in that somehow?
Oh yes, that's why I'm very proud. Kanang uban ng mga choreographers nga hawd kay sila kay prize winning sila. My God, there's nothing compared to me. Ngano man usa ko mga original dances sa Sinulog under Sir Mike Gonzales of Southwestern University.
Original dancers.
Yeah, and Sir Mike Gonzales was actually the one who interpreted the 2 steps forward, 1 step backward from the kinampilan of the Mabolo. Gakuan sila, ang mga PE teachers sa unang panahon na grupo and then they actually let the Mabolo group dance and they also let the Tindera dance the Sinulog and then they were able to notate the steps. So diha na involve ang 2 steps forward, 1 step backward Sinulog.
So you're one of the original dancers?
Yeah, usa ko sa mga dancers. But actually, before 1981, manayon may Sinulog sa Southwestern, oy. Before 1981, member ko dance troupe. Late 70s man ko, the member of dance troupe. tudloan namin Sir Mike og sinulog moves. Sa una kiwawan gali mi and then mo complain mi sir, oy sayaw mo mga tiguwang. Because we thought that sinulog was only dance by the tindera. Nagkasayaw na mi. Every time doon ay mga show ang Southwestern, we always have a pre-colonial dance kuno, although gi-choreograph na lang ni sir. And then we use the sinulog moves.
So that dance prior to the Sinulog parade was probably in all over the schools, probably being done
ang gauna ang Southwestern gyud kami jud pero after katong during Sinulog tanang schools nag-perform na kaya ang mga performance adto giuna man nila ang mga schools.
So the first so you were involved in the first one 1981
kuan to I was already a young teacher at Southwestern, but at the same time I was still very very active with the Southwestern dance troupe.
So what was the route that time? Much shorter, I guess.
Of course. Wag gyud mga baon atong tubig. Nag-rely ra man sa among kauhaw og mga mga generosity sa mga taos dan. Muhatag na mag tubig. Because we started actually after lunch. Magpundok man dito sa may Capitol and then the route was just kaning angan ani sa una kay Juan Luna pa. No kaning what you call this now? Osmeña. So to Fort San Pedro.
Okay. Kay karon mo tuyok naman gyud.
Tuyok grabe carousel naman. Pero sa una diha ra gyud and then we enjoyed really. Enjoy gid me. Pero 1 week before the Sinulog, doon na may gitawag og Sinulog awareness. So amo perform ato sa una Southwestern gihapon kami. Mo-absent ko sa akong klase adto because I was teaching anatomy at that time, comparative anatomy. Absent ko kay ini kaudto adto. Dadon mi few of us, dadon mi ni Sir Mike guys kulon. Manayo may sinulog sa mga sidewalk.
Ba?
Just to inform people that there's going to be a coming sinulog. Wa pa man na mausong launching sa una.
Yeah.
So we did what we call as sinulog awareness.
To let people know there's going to be a parade.
There's going to be a parade and then this is the sinulog that's choreographed already.
Was it also the third Sunday of the first?
Yeah, mao gyapon the date is still the same. Sunday gyud to. And then a few group what ako ma-appeal adto from Southwestern gyapon. They went to Manila actually. Mo perform sila in fact they were able to perform sa Superstar katong program ni Nora Honor.
Mo ba?
With the Sinulog jingle already to promote the Sinulog.
So well,
in fact makontak pa na to mga dancers anak karon.
You think so?
Kay every year ang Southwestern Dance Troupe we have a reunion every May.
Mo ba?
Every year and then dama mi kuan naman mi Facebook we contact each other. Okay, tulo man mi batches. Dekada 70 and then 80 90. Ang 70, magkantis magid mi. Pero proud to say, ang 70, di gid mi palupig.
So how did like why did people decide to do the Sinulog parade? What was the, was there a reason for it?
Yes, because of David Odilao. Sir David Odilao.
Why? What happened?
Kung anto siya, he would like to have a festival in Cebu that would look like the ati-atihan of Aklan. Moto nga kuan he was able to get inspiration from the ati-atihan of Aklan, and so Cebu had to make its own festival but based on the Sinulog or Sinog dance that's actually done by Mabolo and Destindera. So originally kanang Sinog magingana mo ana sa una kay what tagtangon magid ang L, but pag himog festival gi-formalize na ang Sinulog and Sinog ito Sinulog. Mo bitaw na nga what's the difference between Sinog and Sinulog? Mayo kang Sinog that's the dance. That's the indigenous dance. But Sinulog is the festival, especially if you write it in a capital S.
Yeah.
And it should not be a Mardi Gras. That is always what I am trying to emphasize and correct those commentators on radio. It's not a Mardi Gras because Mardi Gras is only done in New Orleans. Mardi Gras is similar to the Carnaval de Rio in Rio de Janeiro, which is done on a Tuesday before Ash Wednesday. Okay, so karon mag-igat-igat ta, hapit na maghubo ang mga tao because tomorrow is goodbye to the flesh. Ngano man 40 dias, Kwaresma.
That's
Mardi
Gras.
Starts Wednesday, Ash Wednesday or Miyerkules de Ceniza. Unsa man ang Mardi Gras? Mardi is French for Tuesday. Gras is Fat Tuesday. And of course, ang Sinulog is religious. It's not really just holy merrymaking. Ano, dili man na igat-igat ang Santo Niño, dili man na kuan, dili man Sinulog, dili man na hugaw-hugaw sa naong. It's done by formal people because if you are to face your maker, you have to be beautiful and you have to be formally dressed. Maog man sad na ang prinsipyo sa mga Muslim ngano nga kun mag-prayer, mga ligo gyud, magkuan gyud, maglimpyo, and then formal gyud ka because you are in front of your maker. The same as, sir, ngano man ang mo hapa man na or kanang mo duko man mo tuwad man na, it's not actually tuwad but you are prostrating because our head has to be lower than our maker. Kaya parehar gud sa Thailand when you do rawai kana ilang greeting nga you have to be lower, especially if the teacher is seated. So the students come in, they do their rawai, they greet their teacher, their head has to be lower than their master. Yun ana nga case.
So that's how that's how Sinulog started, and of course you mentioned already nga Katulagi, it's not actually
a Mardi Gras.
It's not a party.
Yeah, although it's a festival, but it has to be based on supplication. Because when you supplicate, we could actually worship in the form of dancing. So it's not the hugaw-hugaw and it's not the biga-biga and all these things nga murag near naked na ka. Na-issue bito na sa una, there was one department store in Cebu. No nga nagkuan, dila ko mo mention sa name ha, although wala na kon karon, but somewhere in Colon nga ni kon lagi ni participate og float ba sa Sinulog, and then ang kuan ang mga dress up kuan na murag ka ng Rio de Janeiro nga nagbikini na lang ang participants na issue the next day. Tungod lagi nang nga Mardi Gras. It should not be Mardi Gras, it should be a Sinulog festival. Because anyway, most festivals in the Philippines have a religious basis.
Yeah. Well, but then as far as I've known Sinulog, I'm much, I've only known it. I wasn't born when it started, diba? 1981. And you mentioned like 1987.
Nagtudlo na ko. I was a very young professor at Southwestern University.
But as like I remember, like my first memory of Sinulog is, I was a kid. I'm on top of my parents' shoulders, and then we're looking at the parade. But later on, as I got into high school, college, it was always like, may Sinulog na. Mag-inom ta nga rin. Yeah, we go to this place and then we're drinking. Somehow it morphed into this, how can we say, like party atmosphere.
Di mo na siyang party. Although, if it is a fiesta, di man ta kalikay nga doon nag-feast. Fiesta and feast are two different things. Pero you cannot have a fiesta without a feast. Kaya ang feast, ang kaon man na ang drinking.
Yeah.
Nga nahitabo diri sa Cebu. What is unique with the Fiesta of Cebu is ang mga balay dili kay maghikay because the people are doing party on the streets. Maura man ni fiesta kuno diri sa Pilipinas nga you don't go to the house and eat, no? Kay ang festivity is naa siya sa kuan, na siya sa daan.
Yeah, because in the other, I've heard of those. Like you can go to Boholda or something. Yeah, masud-sud ra kas mga balay.
Bisa sa Bulhoon. No, kay Bulhoon. Taga diha man akong tiyo nga. Gidaan ako mga kauban na kuyawan so yung paita sir, kalima man tamo kaon kay kalima tamo atong bahay ko lagi daghan kog kaila diha. Di ra magay kakabalibad kay di ka kagawas o di ka mo kaon.
Oh. In some ways, like Sinulog is like that. Like kanang murag di ka well, I have this. I remember I haven't partied in Sinulog in a long time, no. But I remember one time when I was younger, I was walking from Kanamoagig baseline.
Yes.
So from Escario to Mango.
Anha man ang mga mag-inom diha dapita.
Yeah, lagi.
It's the most notorious place.
Mo na.
Sa una gi niglabay na mo de kay palakuan, labayon mig rebentador.
I remember, I was in my, I think, mid-20s or something. And then, syempre, daghan kay kog kailang ato kay these are all my peers. So I'm walking to the street of Mango. Oy, Carl, wait, shot pa yun. Then, okay, shot niya. 50 meters later, shot na sad.
More siya going from house to house. Although, si itong former mayor Osmeña, gidili gito niya, kay mo, kasi ma-disturb ang god ang kuan, ma-disturb ang participants kay usahay. Ilam ko nang manood ka ng mga hubog na ba, manood sa contingent, i-force o paimnon ang kuan, paimnon ang mga dancers.
Is that what happened?
Mo na may hitabo. Mo tang usa sa mga reason nga ang tanggob ni undang og intra, but they will resume. Ni kuan sila mamurag maharas ang mga dancers.
Well, no, there was also a point where it became too much sa kids. There really was.
Kay murag nahitabo ba murag na Mardi Gras na noon. Probably for me, naa man siguro areas nga ato siyang naa siya feasting, drinking kay di man ta ka-avoid ana sa kuano, fiesta. Pero to a point kay di siya mo bother sa dancers kay ang dancing lahi man gud.
No, but also man sad good, like it became at some years it became quite dangerous.
Mo to every time mo labay man is Mango kun nervous na gud mi.
Amo ba?
Because
that's where the big like
okay, wa kay siya crowd, daghang mga manginom. Mo lagi na mo si manglabay o kanang kuan ba kanang mga rebentador. Ya, makuan biya, maguba biya ang choreography sa mga dancers diha.
Yeah.
Kay lahi man ning kuan sinulog. Sinulog is actually something like a concert dance. It is actually participated only by those who are trained not to dance. Lahi magud ang concept sa tao. Like for example, in other festivals, mura siya participatory. Like sa ati-atihan, for example, pwede man ka magkuan. If you allow your face to be smeared kanang itom, pwede man ka mo appeal og sayaw. Pero diri sa sinulog lahi gyud. Kay ang dancers gyud.
Yeah, they're quite strict. You're not allowed into the main road.
Yes, naagi
Diba?
cordon gyud na.
Cordon, yun
Kay
na.
choreograph gyud na sinulog, grabe gyud. It's a spectacular, it's a concert dance. Kay basically, duha magud ka classification ang sayaw. There's the concert or the part they call it concert or spectacular, and there is the participation. Participation mo na kanang mga mixed dancing, kanang mga disco.
Yeah.
No, inana nga you can join. Ang audience can join the dancers.
There's portions of the parade nga na.
Sa uban nga areas, but here in Cebu wala taan.
So wala gyud.
Wala gyud taan na. It's 100% concert. So
Yeah,
if you are not part of being the group, na wa ka ba costume, wag ka diha, wag ka labot, audience yung ka.
Yeah, because I remember like if you wanted to shoot like photography, so that became a big thing also, the Sinulog photography, and then you really had to register to be able to walk around.
Except for example, if you have a camera and then you have a friend no in one of the contingents, you could be there. Ang imong kuan lagi ng imong armas ana, kamera ra gyud. O karon makasud ka.
That's true.
Because there were I think several years nga wa ko mo appeal. Pero ang Southwestern is always participating. So I go with Southwestern. Nakasud ko, I take pictures.
Makasud
kay
ka,
may camera man ka.
Yeah. Well, I read this part. I don't know lang who wrote it, no? So, like in the first 5 years, the contingents also included guests who as the afternoon drew and grew, reveled too much after having one too many. Also, kibitizers, I don't know what that means, weave themselves through, sometimes against the flow, smearing black paint on the spectators.
Moto ko tong black paint lagi nga gidili later on kay di man ni ati-atihan. There was even one time ang naay kuan kanang actually it's a company that sells photography siya nga kuan company. Dili black ilang gismear kuan sa yellow ang gismear kay mo may colors ilang kompanya di lang ko mo mention og gansa na. Pero yellow ang ilang i-paint. Nga case o katong mga naghugaw-hugaw bitaw niya mahugaw-hugawan ang mga costume sa parade mismo, but they're unwanted actually. They just get in and actually it happens in the same place.
Amo ba?
Mango.
Because as a spectator,
ay ganahan kay ka balik sa beat, ganahan ka mo sayaw, musod kag appeal niya, maguba man ang choreography mo to nang reklamo ang mga contingent nga, especially kung benighted ka, benighted ka gabi na dagan ng hubog. Kuya og itong mango dito agian. Well, fortunately kami makagi man ng mango at least kuan after lunch. Pero naman ko'y contingent uban ganahan mo agi o gabi kay kuan tungod kay ilang costume siguro, no musiga or whatever. So mas nindot sila makita ini kakuan dark na. Ako ganahan ko nga makita ko hayag pa ko para dali na mahuman.
Init kayo.
Init kay bahala. Dali na mahuman.
Yeah, so Sinulog so from the very early beginnings, like in 1981, nga gamay, and then like it just grew and grew and grew somehow.
Evolve lang gid siya. Ideas come here and there. Okay, butangan to yun ani. For example, kaning mga puppets. Kaning carnival puppets. Diha naman na sa time ni Rama. Actually, wa na ko ana. I withdrew myself. Ay, mo dungan-dungan ming Val San Diego. Kay mura nakabantay mi. Murag na commercial naman ang Sinulog. Nawa naman ang religious essence. Although, like, for example, lahi kong tinuhuan, pero lahi man gud ang kuwan, lahi ra gud ang dance sa worship niya. Dance for revelry, dance for celebration, lahi ra gud siya. Nalahi na. In fact, naka-interview bito ko mga estudyante karon, sir, naunsa naman Sinulog karon, na puro naman props, dagko naman kaayo. Ikaw kami sa una during our time, gamay ra mong budget, and then we do it with flowers, and then handkerchiefs and candles. Pero dagan na nagtibuok altar, of course kay lain namang concept gud na may istorya. Yeah, sa Sinulog. Kami sa una, the story is within the dance.
Yeah, and also you have all these these big companies basically paying so they can have a float there.
Yes, on I float on kuan kanang commercial na lagi kaayo lagi.
Yeah. So karon lately the Sinulogs wala na kay ansani involvement.
Karon nibalik na pag ko because actually Val San Diego called me up for his team. O gikuha niya ang mga kuan ang mga ilado sa Sinulog. So I'm active again. No, in fact, tomorrow sa Kasagordo magsugod nami sa among kuan, among sinug pod.
Amo ba? So in what capacity are you active? You're going to
Mag-form me og group gyud, performing group sa Kasagordo because the problem with Kasagordo is they have to contact dance troops to perform whenever there are visitors. And then usually they request mga Cebuano dances, so including Sinug. But then there are only very few dance troops that can actually have a repertoire of Cebuano dances. So if I am there, I could actually have several suites of all Cebuano dances. Aside from the 10 that I have for Volume 1, Sayaw Sugbo, I have the others that are still in the process of being published or edited. So magamit man ako ang material. Plus, ang idea nako sa Sinog, karon sa Kasagordo is, I have to combine the authentic Mabolo and then with the Tindera, Sinulog.
Okay, when you say so you mentioned that a while ago, but I wasn't really sure. So you were mentioning that Mabolo Sinog.
The Mabolo Sinog is actually the one with the Moro-Moro style, with the Moro e Cristiano.
The one moving backwards.
Mm-mm. And then, of course, I have to choreograph it. And then sa Mabolo Sinulog, they don't carry the Santo Niño. The Santo Niño should be placed in an altar in front of the dancers. So bawal sa ilan ng kanang iuyog-uyog or isa-isa ang kuan. O sinulog kay kun bata pa nalipong na siya.
Oh.
I got the choreography from Sir Mike Gonzalez nga pwede naman sa mga kuan nato kanang mga choreographed version. You can actually let a female dancer like for example the personification of Queen Juana to carry that explains nganong babae gyud nagig festival queen padadon og Santo Niño. Pero seeing to it that the Santo Niño is carried like a baby.
Yeah, I noticed that sometimes they will. So there's a few.
Yeah, rock niya like a baby. Oh, pero kada i-shake like a baby. Murag yun na ra nagka-traumatic brain injury na ang bata ana. And sa the Mabolo doesn't like it anymore nga. Okay, we allow the Santo Niño to be carried by a dancer, but do not shake it. You carry it like a baby. But originally sa ilang version di gina kadalon ibutangin na sa altar. And before the dance, there's always the alabasyon from Lord Alabar to praise, declaration of faith before the dancing. So I have to put it into a choreography. Mo bitaw na kay gagabi nag-imagine ako og sometimes ako ra ko sa balay nagkuan ako, ga-practice na ko daan sa akong moves. Pero gi-base po na nako sa mga researches. There are a lot of researches sa Sinulog. Mabitaw do question sa una, why is it that Sinulog is not included sa 4 volumes sa Sayaw Sugbo? Is Sinulog not a dance? Of course, Sinulog is a dance. That is the most famous folk dance of Cebu, which is a supplication dance. But because it is so famous and a lot of researches had been done with Sinulog, it is better to place it in a separate book all by itself because it's a very special dance. That some people, when you say Cebuano dance, Sinulog rin may nunduman.
Yeah.
Di sila kinundong ato mga balse, ato mga miligoy nga naa pa man tay mga ato mga pasodoble, naa man tay mga lain-laing sayaw, pero ang Sinulog man gyud kay every time ang Cebu day delegation unsa may sayawon. Sinulog man gyud because
or Sinog
because that's the most famous and I think everyone knows it.
If when you do like your dance research, where do you go? Like how do you
I have to contact people to that place and then I have to go first. I have to experience firsthand.
So when you're researching, you're not reading a book. You're really just going
Matugyog ko kay when I was still a member of the dance troupe sa Southwestern, Sir Mike would always tell me, okay, read a book, which means read the dance notations. And so you have to teach the dance according to the dance notation. But when Sir Mike taught us folk dances, mo na naglibog ko kay ang folk dance kay gitudlo na mo lahi man sa libro. Because Sir Mike was more on the creative dance man to based on folk. So he makes his own. So nalahi kay sa libro. Lahi man gitudlo ni Sir. So what I did is as a scientist, scientist magyud ko, I'm a zoologist. So I do research. So ang gibuhat nako, I have to do it like doing an experiment sa room. O say ako makita, mao gyud to. That explains nga maglisod ko og tudlo og saya whatever dance I teach kundi ko kakita sa tinuod. Umuadto gyud ko.
So where have you gone? Like kanang mga
Sa mga Philippine dances all over the Philippines.
really?
Oh.
So if na festival ato gid ka.
Yeah, but my concentration is Mindanao. I don't go to festivals kay usually ko na choreograph motuyo gyud ka. Motuyo gyud kag adto niya mag-set kag appointment. Like for example, katong una gid akong research was not Cebuano. My first research was do I have to mention the year? Wala kalimot ako adto. I went to Kitaw-Taw, Bukidnon. Because I have never been to Bukidnon after 11 years. So, muli na nga gap. Kasi di man ko niya. Narabya na sa ibabaw or sa ubos ng Bukidnon. Musaka na kag bukid. Kato, first gito na ako. Nga naka-research ko na yung sayaw. And later on, muna na nagsunod-sunod na.
So you just show up to a place and you say...
No, magkuhan ko na mag-contact yung kag tao. Kay or else, masyak sila to ka dito. At least maka-prepare ba? Mag-gather ang mga tiguang.
Ni mo sayaw gid sila.
Yeah, mo sayaw gid sila. And then of course, mugasto gyud ka. Like for example, magpakanon man na nimo, magdamag kag mga gifts. Yeah, later on.
So you're not going an event. You're going a more
I go for an event to witness how the indigenous or the authentic is choreographed. Pero lahi ra man gud ang kuan. Lahi ra ang 1:1 encounter kun walay festival kay maka-ask questions daghan. Maka-stay ka dito, maka-observe ka sa ilang kultura. So, I do also some readings. Okay, I have to know the culture first. Just like when I go abroad. Before I go abroad, I read. I master some
like the
words.
language.
No, kaya ako may ilang kuan interpreter and whatever. And then, kay baw na ko nag-abot dito. So, mahibaw sila nung kibaw ko. I did some readings. So now, with the benefit of the YouTube, magkakuha biya kag idea kay mga video.
Oh yeah, now.
Mapatabang sa unang panahon kapag sugod na kuha nang mga YouTube. No, wala mga video. Video sa una mahal.
Yeah.
So you have to really to memorize everything and then write. Kung ana nga case.
So karon if naana ka nga to, gawas na kasi mo cellphone niya record.
Nagyo ko video gyud. No, kabantay ko sa bukid, kung cellphone lang, di sila impressed.
Ba?
There was even a time sa Davao, ha? Sa Bukidnon nga daghan me. Karon dako maki akong recorder. Yang uban gagmay man. So ang katong mga tao, mga manubo ari mo dool na ako kay dako man akong recorder. Mas kuan sila, mas impressed sila kung sophisticated imong equipment.
Niya pero pareha ra good.
Actually pareha ra pag-record. Pero di sila ganahan ng gagmay, gusto na ng dagko. And then after ipakita nimo. You get their address, gana importante na, and then of course send them pictures. Importante, you have to make the promise and you have to fulfill the promise para makabalik pa ka dito or ever let's say for example, if ever you make follow-ups, maka-follow up ka kay daghan makag amigo. First time nakaadto so like Cebu, pag ato nako dito kailan sila nako, and then hibungon kailan sila nako. After a year before, nakita mig mga tiboli dancers, mga tiboli gyud sa Davao. Naamong nagrupo ba na amigo namo. Naghatag og picture. So lain man na dito, di mo ra man sila dunay kanang what is owned by one is shared. So nahitabo ang katong picture akong gi-share nila sa ilang mga friends o ban. So pag adto nako to kailan sila nako.
Amo ba?
So dali na lang nako pag approach. Sila na mo una. Like sir, kadiri ana tanan.
Yeah, so no, like and then this, I didn't realize nga the Philippines had all of these different.
We have a lot, and we're very rich in culture. And then, unfortunately, ang indigenous culture, ang native culture, na wagtang magud sa ubos. So you have to go far. Pareha sa Cebu karon, ang taga-bukid, mga tunas ubos niya, dili na mga saka og balik. So mga matay ilang kultura, and then pag ato na ko dito, ang pinaka bata siguro na 40, 50. So my God, few years from now, mawagtang na. So, imo na i-salvage daan. Although there are some areas here nga medyo pass nila to the younger generation ang ilang practices like sa Sambuan, for example. Ang mga batanon kay bawo na. And nitabang pod me.
Like what do they do? Like
ang mga dancing sa mga tiguang, like ako gi-choreograph, gibutangan ako figure 1, figure 2, gitudo sa mga bata. So at least mapasa. Ang sa kaning sa Naga, taghagimit, sila mismo nag-train gid sila og mga dancing kay sikat man kay nang taghagimit sila mga sayaw, pastores and then all the other dances. Naagi sila mga bata nga dancers gipasa gid nila.
Kanang dance ba? Is it like a very is it a Filipino thing?
Yeah, we are a very we call this, we are danceros, dancingist people. kay mas kuan magutah, mas dancing is actually a form of non-verbal communication. We communicate by dancing. Naana mo pagpalagi kung sa Philippines maghimo ka og repertoire of dances from cradle to grave natay sayaw. Gyud from cradle to grave gyud na.
So that's part of the culture, the one you're saying that it was katong the in part of worship and
nata worship, festival, and then wedding, courtship, tanang activity sa tao dunay na involved nga sayaw.
Yeah, kay I don't know, just to recap kay murag daghan kay kog na I'm not really into dance ba. But just to see that how like when the Santo Niño was given to that princess.
And she was so happy, and then she jumped with joy, and people followed her because she was a queen. Kay actually, siya ito principal wife. Dagan pa itong asawa si Humabon. Principal wife man to siya. So si queen gito siya. Doon na pamantoy. I think she was accompanied by mga 40 women, probably mga mga wives po to.
You think so?
Kay ang Visayans were noted for being polygamous.
Oh yeah.
Sa pre-colonial. Monogamy was practiced in Luzon, pero sa Visayas ug Mindanao, polygamy ang gi-practice.
Mo ba? Oh, that explains a lot.
Yun, man is polygamous by nature. Una, I don't wonder. Based on personal experience with my family, I don't wonder. I'm very open-minded. But my sisters do not like it. I'm the only one.
You understand based on your research.
I understand.
Well, sir, thank you so much.
Okay, welcome.
I don't know, is there something else that you wanted to add? Maybe something I missed?
Well, of course, to everyone, you have to love your culture because wherever we go, so like for example, some people, we have this experience, they go to the United States and the only time they remember they're being Filipino is when they're abroad already. Like for example, they are required to do this and this, something Filipino for an Independence Day. So what do they do? Mukontak na po namo dire kinangita nag whatever. So I think dadon na to tong kultura bisag asa ta. Like for example kana mga Chinese bitaw, no matter how separated they are from China, and some are born not in China but they're still Chinese.
Yeah.
The problem with us Pinoy is whenever we go abroad, mawagtang atong pagka-Pinoy. And we don't even remember what we have. Nakabantay ko gali nga. I was so impressed when I was in Thailand. An ordinary person in Thailand can explain the meaning of their flag. Blue is for this, white is for this, red is for this. Wa na lagi ko mo comment kay kibaw ko kadaghanan sa atong Pinoy, wa kita kibaw nato og usay atong mga whatever.
Yeah, like I'm not sure. I know nga if Bali then it's war. If, but I'm not sure like the 3 stars.
Pero ako, I'm always going abroad and then I also do some researches sa ASEAN countries. I have to be prepared. Because whenever I encounter certain practices sa gawas, makakompare ko na sa ako. Doon ako equivalent na sa amo. I'm also proud of my country. No? One thing is, kabantay biya ko nga kitang Pinoy, kung matuta abroad, ba-intimidate biya ang ubang tao nato. Because we can really converse in English very well and we are very good in grammar. And we are very good in spelling. Usa gid sa akong pride yun. No? Nakabiyahin na magyug ko. Lain-laing lugar. I'm very proud as a Pinoy. And probably one thing also is pangbawi na lang na nako kay gamay ra kog Pinoy nga dugo.
Ano man?
Kuan mo ko ang Spanish, Chinese, Mongolian magid ni. And then although na ami mga Filipino nga kuan.
Of course.
Side like for example kana mga Kinyo dito sa bukid sa kuan adlawon amo man ang mga igagaw.
But like that's what the Pinoy is now. They're a mixed
mixed lang yun ta. Pangbawi po na ako kay wa biya ko diri sa Cebu Matao, wa ko magbata diri dito ko sa Mindanao. Nga nakasugod lang ko I started researching sa Cebuano dances. Mga kuan na biya 80s na baya. So late because my first researches were actually Mindanao. And it was only later on Cebu because I never thought that there are still existing dances in Cebu until the time I met Professor Gloria Cabahog. So she's really the pioneer in the research of Cebuano dances. She is a contemporary of Madame Luz San Diego, the mother of Val San Diego. Kaya sa Yap San Diego Ancestral House.
Okay.
Ilaha man na. Sila man ang dungan-dungana sa una nga nagsugod lagi ang Cebuano dances. Good. I received the blessing and the idea how to do research in Cebuano dances kang Madam Gloria Cabahog.
Okay.
Kuan na to, mga 1987. That was the time that Cebu has to send a delegate for the folk festival sa Manila. Yung usa ito ikuan, usa ito i-represent. Sinulog lang gihapon. Iko na ako. Nakoy murag kaila nga maestra sa Cebu Normal nga nag-research. Nga bata pa ko, kita na ko na iyang research. No, kay ako maig-agaw diha man sa normal sa una. Yeah. Ituduan mo sila og Cebuano dances. Mo to I got the idea how to research. So dito na ko nagsugod.
That's how it started.
So pangbawi lang yun. Pangbawi. Now I can say, medyo I already know what being a Cebuano is 80%. Napay kuwang gamay. Anyway, no matter how old you are, you don't stop learning.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole thing for this podcast for me. Kay mura I get to talk to people like you.
I talk a lot
learning.
actually. People look at me. I'm very silent. Probably I look like introvert because I don't go into a conversation unless I'm talked to. Di mo ko ganahan mangunagod ko hilom-hilom ra gyud ko.
Oh.
Pero kung na'y mangutana, hinoon, gikan sa high school pa ko, tawagon man ko lang walking globe, walking encyclopedia.
Ba?
So gikuan ko na gidako na ginahanto
I can see where they got that.
Walking globe, walking encyclopedia sa una, di ka malain na hingan lang kag walking globe, walking encyclopedia. Probably sa unang panahon, I thought murag kuan na siya murag derogatory remark. Pero now I take it as a compliment. Parehara sa amin. Sa una bata-bata pa ko, mauwaw ko, aminan ko. Pero I like it.
Ako, giaminan ko like 2 days ago niya. Ako, ayaw na paging
Ako, ganahan ko muamin. In fact, our students said, muamin ako.
Ba?
Oh, I feel honored.
Yeah, now that you mention it, it's part of our culture. But I was like, maybe I should just
you should
embrace it.
Yeah, because it's a sign of wisdom. It's a sign of authority. It's a sign of a higher rank and a sign of respect. We should practice.
Yeah, well, thank you, kayo.
Okay, sige. Salamat, Sad.
Where can people find you online? Do you have like an online presence?
No, actually, my Facebook.
Facebook. Katulan
kato akong Facebook. Kadaghanan nga mahutanan ako about other informations they go to my Facebook or sometimes they go Sayaw Sugbo.
Okay, Sayaw Sugbo.
The group is Sayaw Sugbo.
It's a Facebook group?
Yeah, that's a Facebook group.
Okay.
That's a group of dancers actually promoting Cebuano dances. Although we are not limited to Cebuano dances, we actually do Philippine folk dances, but our emphasis is more on Cebuano dances.
Okay.
Ako na mga estudyante akong gitrain yun. So spread na sila.
Yeah, spread the good news.
Kay sometimes mga nang feel free to ask, like, do you have a literature sir like this and can you explain this one? Or sometimes I am also a member of the Sining Mananayaw in Pilipinas. That's also a group of choreographers that is in the Facebook.
Okay.
Mga choreographers that's already promoting Philippine folk dances.
Okay. So, thank you so much.
Okay.
Sige. Ako na
nice sharing.
Okay. I'll say it again, but the best thing about hosting a podcast is all the people you meet and the things you learn. So, thank you, Sir Ceasar Nimor, for the interview. I really enjoyed it. I learned a lot. I talked about this with the Quartz Cortez interview, but history is a really fun subject. And frankly, the schools don't teach it very well. If you have a history teacher telling you to memorize dates and names, they are doing it wrong. History is chica, man. Again, Cesar, thank you for the interview. If you haven't yet, check out the Assembly online, assembly.032.com. We have 032 merchandise up there, and I will be posting the new cycling jerseys. I just need to do a proper shoot for them, so probably next week they will be out. If you're listening to this, send me a message. I will message. There have been a few people messaging me about the cycling jerseys, so I will message them directly. But I'll be sure to post it, of course, when they are available as well. And you get 20% off if you use the promo code CONVERSATIONS on 032 merchandise at assembly.032.com. Thank you, Cube Gallery, for sponsoring the podcast. The music from this podcast is Piano March by Audionautics. And if you still want to support the podcast, consider becoming a patron on patreon.com/032. Or share this episode on social media. Okay. See you next week. Another episode, another interview. All right. Bye.